tested in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whoever comes out of the West is going to be tested. All right. Well, with that being said, let's kind of keep it somewhat the same, but we're going to throw a little seasoning in here. Let's do our way too early picks for the NHL and the NBA. Before we get into our Lightning standings, which is a very
That's not what I had in front of me. I thought we were going to pick a Super Bowl champ. So when you start saying way too early. Oh, okay.
So we're coming back to that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But let's go ahead and start it here. So NHL, who do you have is way too early? Like, who's your Stanley Cup final matchup?
Well, okay, let's throw maybe some interesting ones. Colorado's got a shot this year. I don't disagree with that at all. Same with Vegas. Definitely going to keep an eye on. Now, Philly was coming out strong, so why don't I pick... wait a minute. This new format, I don't even know who's going to be in the finals. Is it like West and East plays, and then the winner of that goes against the Scotia North and Central? Or...
I believe it is North and West.
Okay.
Play East, Central.
Because I was trying to pick two teams. Maybe I'll just pick one team to be in the finals since we aren't sure. We're unprepared for you. And by the way, I keep saying Scotia North like it's like a Nova Scotia Canadian thing. No, that's a bank. I'm looking at all these divisions. It's Honda West, Mass Mutual East, and Discover Central. Whose idea was that to sign off on?
Hey, man, they got to make the money somehow when they're not getting these fans in the stand.
You're right.
No,
you know what? You're absolutely right. And I've noticed in just a few games of this young season that there are new logos, if you watch closely, on helmets. And
not all of them, though.
Not all.
I think about half the teams.
I've been seeing that more, though. It's like, that wasn't there last year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is new.
The Mass Mutual East, I'm going to pick Philadelphia Flyers. I like that bet to see them kind of as quietly stay in their game of success. They're already out 3-1 on this season and sharing 6 points with the Caps. I think they've got a real shot for how good they were last season. So,
yeah, I'm going to take Vegas. I just really like Vegas. They've been very good since they've come into the league, and they added some big pieces this year, especially in Alex Pietrangelo.
Yep.
Most recently, a Stanley Cup champion with the Blues.
Looking at my
solid leader.
Looking at a cheat sheet here, they have just as many goals as the San Jose Sharks, and they are in last place. Vegas is undefeated in first. That's crazy.
Well, that's because they've also only given up 5 goals.
Yeah, you got to play better defense. Yeah, San Jose, I don't know what's going on, either goaltending or just poor zone D. I don't know. But
yeah.
Okay. Then we're picking NBA?
Yeah, way too early NBA. Who you got?
All right. Gosh.
Well, while you think on it, I'm going to go ahead and take the finals. I am taking Milwaukee versus the Lakers. And I'm going to take Lakers to repeat.
Well, I can't take the same bet that I lost on last year because those are the exact two teams. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. I want to see another team other than the Lakers. So
I want to see that too. I just don't think it's going to happen.
You're right. I don't know. I want to go back to the Clippers though. Like they're not okay. It's not going to be the Rockets anymore, who are 4-8 by the way. But the Clippers. I mean, they're out at 10-4. They were looking solid last year. They just seem like they're, really only a few, plays away. Like, just really that close. Like, get a few more points. I know as dumb and contrived as that seems, of just score more baskets. But, I think they're really close. And then, the Bucks. I could pick the Bucks again. Why not? So the other LA team.
I think it's finally time for the Bucks to move forward after, they added a couple pieces in the offseason. I think they have gotten the experience of a younger team. Now I think they are ready to take that next step.
Well, you should hope so, but also don't sleep on the 76ers or the Celtics.
Yeah, both good teams.
Yeah. All right, now can we talk football? Because I've been ready, dude. We haven't talked about.
Well, I'm gonna let you go first.
It's a new season. We haven't talked about the Browns. So we got to get the Browns in there. How good were they this year, though? They were solid, especially the second half of the season. Boy, they looked like a real team finally. And I know everyone in Cleveland has to be. I know they're disappointed now. They didn't beat the Super Bowl champions, and they're out of the playoffs. But that was a close game. They're going to come back next year, and they're going to be just as good, if not better. I have to think so.
Yeah,
as long as Baker stays healthy.
Yeah, as long as Baker stays healthy, and
you get
a running game. Kevin Stefanski did a great job coaching in his first year there in Cleveland. And while that's still a very competitive division in the AFC North, they certainly proved to everybody that they are a legit team. They really shored up the offensive line, which was a huge issue for them last year. They really dug in and made that a priority. They still got two great running backs. They got a good receiving core. Hopefully they can do something with Odell Beckham, because he is not helping that team. And I think it's time to move on from him and get something for him. And they look great. So, I expect the Browns to be just as competitive next year and maybe able to pull off a win against a team like the Chiefs in the playoffs after getting a little experience.
And then before we start picking anyone for this year's Super Bowl, what's the latest on KC with Patty Mahomes going down with that concussion? I mean, he was not looking good in that game.
As far as I don't have any straight up news on Patrick Mahomes, other than it may not have actually been a concussion. It may have been something to do with like strangulation. However, he is clearing the steps, but he is still in protocol. He is moving through the protocol. And at this point, it looks like it's still too early to tell, but he should definitely be, someone that should be playing on Sunday if he continues to clear and get through the steps. But it is still too early. It's only Tuesday. So, typically we won't, as long as we see progress through the week, we'll expect him to play on Sunday. But at this point, it's still a little too early, but it looks like he's at least cleared the first step in that protocol.
Gotcha. So let's go over some teams, though, that are still in. Also the Chiefs. Eric, what do you got, though?
Yeah, it's Chiefs, Bills.
Yep.
And it's Packers, Bucks. Well, if you want me to go first, I may take your picks, but I'm going to go ahead and take I'm taking Green Bay versus Buffalo.
Okay.
Bills.
Ooh. And then who? The G-men to win?
No, God, no. No, it's going to be the Bills. Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year.
You know what? I didn't think you were going to take my pick, and you kind of did, so I'll flip it. I think
let me go first, man.
Well, you know what? I'm going to stir the pot, though, a little bit. Forget the Packers. As good as they have been, which they have been really good, the Buccaneers, you can't count out the GOAT. Here he is again, conference champions. How do you not bet on Brady?
Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's going to be a receiving core.
Yeah, that's going to be a good
insane
game.
With Godwin and Evans and Antonio Brown, who is seems to have gotten his head screwed on straight, and is at a place where he's able to compete. He's starting to get involved in that offense, and they're definitely starting to use him and look his way a little bit more. So,
right,
I expect a really good game on Sunday between them. I'm just going to lean Green Bay and Green Bay. And even though there's a lot of cold weather players on that team for Tampa that have done it for years with Gronkowski and Antonio Brown playing in Pittsburgh, and Tom Brady playing in New England. I mean, these players are used to this. It's not anything different for them. But I will go ahead and take Green Bay.
Okay. Well, this isn't a Rams team showing up to Green Bay either. I think the Buccaneers are going to be a little more buttoned up for this game. I think it's going to be, relatively even high scoring, weather permitting. I haven't looked at the forecast, but if you get some kind of windy rain kind of mess like you were seeing in Buffalo for a 17-3 game against the Ravens, which was just kind of boring to watch. That was not a very entertaining game, but I digress. I think the Bucks-Packers is going to be really fun to watch, like a 34-30 kind of game. Bucks are going to take it. Bills and Chiefs, though. I hate to just point out the obvious. Mahomes, if he's in, Chiefs win. If he's not, the Bills are going to take it. I think it is that simple.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to count out the Chiefs, man. I mean they've done wonderful things since Patrick Mahomes has been there and been in charge.
And who's that backup? Was that Henne they put in there?
Yeah, Chad Henne.
He didn't look that bad. He did all right. He did exactly what they needed from him
for a minute.
Yeah, right.
That guy has been an NFL backup for a long time. And yeah, I mean he knows the ropes, man. He's So
but can he go 4 quarters against a Buffalo Bills team? Yeah.
No.
So
no, absolutely not.
Mahomes
it's not like the Bills' defense is as good as it was last year, but the Bills' offense is good enough to get it done with a really solid receiving core and arguably the best receiver in the league this year. And Stephon Diggs, John Brown healthy is a great number 2. Some places a number 1.
Yeah,
and arguably, again, the best possession receiver in the NFL that just constantly comes up with the big catch on 3rd down when it's needed in Cole Beasley. And, everyone, poo-poos on the Bills running game, but I'm telling you, like Devin Singletary is not a bad running back. He's very good. So
he's no slouch, you might say.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, obviously, I think their first option is to have Josh Allen do the running, and Singletary second. But it's a good backfield there. So and Zach Moss in the future, I think, is going to be really good. But I think he's still declared out. He may be back, but I'm pretty sure he got injured. So
all right. Well, I will say the weather should be pretty decent though in KC for this weekend. It's not going to be too crazy and nothing that the Bills are unfamiliar with. So
I think that the Bills will be.
I think that has the making of like another 30. Like an over-under on the total game score of like 60, 65 points. I think that can happen in that one.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, the best defense I think left in the playoffs is the Bucs. So
yeah,
I think all the others are kind of okay.
Yeah,
just okay.
Okay, okay, man. Well, there we go. Bucs against. I'm going to say the Chiefs. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Chiefs to repeat.
Okay, I mean that's a good pick, man.
Yeah,
I will not be upset with that. So,
okay, I don't know out of any of 4 of those teams. I mean, I think the longest shot's got to be Buffalo.
Okay, well that's my Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, all right, I like it. Going for the long shot.
Heard it here first. All right.
Let's
go ahead and jump into it. So we got our next thing, the lightning standings that I've put on here. I'm excited about this one. So we're going to run through it here. So we can make sure we get in under our time limit here. But we got Detroit Red Wings plus 30,000. That's right. We are doing the odds for the Stanley Cup and the odds for the NBA. So we're going to run through this here. Ottawa Senators plus 15,000. LA Kings plus 8,500. Blackhawks plus 7,500. San Jose plus 7,000. Arizona, Buffalo, Anaheim all plus 6,000. Devils plus 5,500. Winnipeg 4,500. Same with the Florida Panthers. Minnesota Wild and Columbus Blue Jackets plus 4,000. 3,300 is the Vancouver Canucks, Calgary Flames. Plus 3,000 is Nashville Predators. Islanders and Rangers both take it. They're in the Metropolitan of New York, 2,800. Edmonton Oilers, 2,700. Dallas, 2,600. Capitals, 2,300. Pittsburgh Penguins and St. Louis Blues, plus 2,000. Montreal Canadiens, plus 1,900. This is where we get into some of the top contenders here. Plus 1,800 for the Carolina Hurricanes, plus 1,500 for ties. Eventual Stanley Cup champion, 1,500 for the Flyers and Bruins, plus 1,000 for the Leafs, plus 900 for the Knights, plus 750 for the Lightning, and plus 650 for the early on odds favorite in Vegas, the Colorado Avalanche.
Top pick or the best odds going to the Avs, huh?
Yep, by quite a bit it seems like. So
sounds like that way. All right, let's get into the NBA. Down on the tippy-toppy bottom. I don't know what that means. We got like 5 different teams at 50,000. Okay, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Detroit Pistons, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Charlotte Hornets. Not looking good. to go very far this year, and so far I think their records speak to that. San Antonio Spurs and the Sacramento Kings are both at 25,000 over. You got plus 20,000 for the Washington Wizards, Memphis Grizzlies, and Chicago Bulls. Then going to the Orlando Magic, OKC Thunder, Atlanta Hawks. You have a plus 15,000 for plus 10,000 Indiana Pacers. Then you get into the 5,000s.